Welcome back, everyone. That's right. Club Underground, and we are going to do some dismantling of a ridiculous NFT project that I happened to stumble on today. But before we do that, we are quickly just going to go through, give some love to the sponsors, and we will be right back. Here we go.
Head on over to Archimedes Emporium. They make absolutely beautiful Bitcoin branded products. They just dropped their first one. It is the solid aluminum Bitcoin clock. I had to get my hands on it so that I could show it to you guys. Take a look. Really, really nice piece. Beautiful craftsmanship. Head on over to archamp.co. The link is going to be in the show notes. That is Archimedes Emporium. Head on over there. I don't have an actual ad read for this or anything. It just says Tselly Says, fuck you, Greg.
All right, we are back. So I know we probably could be talking about the Bitcoin price, or talking about how the decoupling and all this stuff. Yeah, it's all wonderful. But for me, this is all just noise, and I take that as an opportunity to go and make fun of some shitcoins. So yeah, without further ado, let's take a look at this ridiculous story. All right. Or not. Okay. So, anyways, let's dive into it. Hold on, I'm just getting all confused here because I feel like I have a screen on the wrong side, and yeah, it's all kinds of fun. It's all kinds of fun. Okay, there we go. Now we've got it all set up. Sorry, guys. I don't go live too often, so I'm learning the ropes. All right. Anyways, here we go. NFTs for survival. That's right. That's right. And as you guys, for the people who are familiar with my channel, you know that I've spent many years dismantling shitcoin projects. I just can't help it. I find it's just too amusing. So, of course, when I saw this ridiculous thing about tokenizing a nuclear bunker, yeah, you know that I'm going to make fun of this. Anyways, so let's dive into the details of this absolute garbage. A doomsday-themed Solana project is setting its sights on acquiring a Cold War-era nuclear bunker in Rutland, England. The creators behind the narrative-driven NFT project Meatbags have hatched an unconventional plan. Oh, it's unconventional, all right, grifting noobs. To crowdfund the purchase of this relic of past fears using NFTs. The idea is as audacious as it is intriguing, merging real-life survival with the boundless creativity of the digital realm. And yeah, in all fairness, this is just cringe. It's obviously a cash grab, right? There's not much else to say about that piece. It's just a cash grab, and of course, nobody's actually asking the questions, right? Like, who ends up owning this bunker? Like, sure, you as an NFT bag holder, like, you have this pointer to an object that you quote unquote own, but your name isn't on any of the paperwork. You don't actually own any piece of this bunker. Okay, just kind of putting that out there. Anyways, but you see, the wording is very important, right? Crowdfunding with NFTs. It makes you think you're a part of this. You own a part of this. Anyways, let's keep going. At the heart of this initiative is the plan to mint 100,000 NFTs. And poof, this is where money gets created out of nothing, right? Because what does it take? They could even create 500,000 NFTs. What does it matter? Anyways, with a special reward of 10,000 free tokens to existing Meatbag holders. These digital assets will serve not, and just keep in mind, right, the 10,000 free tokens to the existing Meatbag holders, that right there is like the Cantillon effect, right? Like that's what it is. It's like you were here at the beginning, right? So you're going to get to reap the most rewards from this thing that we've created out of nothing. Anyways, all right, let's continue. So these digital assets will serve not only as a collectible, okay, but also as an access pass to the project's decentralized autonomous organization. That's right. They love the DAOs. I don't know what it is that makes people so excited when they think of this combination of words, right? the decentralized autonomous organization. It conjures up this feeling of, hey, there's no centralized control. It essentially brings up these ideals that just aren't real, right? Because in the end, it is a foundation and or a corporation and or a very small concentrated group of people making decisions. So it's just words. It's just words about vaporware. Anyway, so on April 21st, the NFTs will be available for purchase at an initial price of $14. What a steal, guys. $14, right? It's not so much. To generate a substantial amount of funding. And guys, just so you understand, the substantial amount of funding, that is the whole point of this, right? The whole point of this is to extract money from noobs. The rest of everything I'm going to read, it's all just garbage, okay? It was all about this, to generate the substantial amount of funding. Anyways, the ultimate goal, of course, guys, the goal, right? This is the carrot on the stick. If you give us this money, we're going to secure this bunker, which is currently listed at a price of 650,000 pounds, or approximately 862K US. And the auction is scheduled for April 24th. All right. So here we go. This dual utility of NFTs, this is groundbreaking, guys. Groundbreaking. Dual utility of NFTs. Unlocking both digital art and tangible real estate. Now, keep in mind, we're going to show you another example of that happen, right? Because there was somebody very famous recently who also tried to market, there's a lot of people that try to market this crap, but somebody very famous by the name of Scottie Pippen recently has been marketing his Game 5 ball. This started last year, and we're going to go take a look at that project as well. Just to, kind of provide some type of contrast here, just so you have an idea of the type of garbage that you're in for, if you so choose to get involved with this affinity scam. Anyways, so there we go. It unlocks the digital art and the tangible real estate, even though your name isn't tied to the mortgage, the lease, nothing. Like you just hold this NFT. There is nothing tying you to the ownership of this bunker. Anyways, okay. The vision for the bunker extends well beyond its status as a Cold War relic. The project's creators are exploring a wealth of possibilities. That's right. So essentially what happens is this, right? They figured out that there's a grift, right? We can create these tokens out of thin air, but the thing is that there needs to be a bunch of use cases behind this stuff so that you believe in the story. Anyways, so the project creators are exploring a wealth of possibilities, from converting the site into a members-only survival resort, complete with a doomsday DJ for hosting end-to-end world festivals, or even transforming it into an exclusive Airbnb experience. Okay, so, if you don't understand yet, they're just throwing what they can at the wall, but what they do know is that they need your money. This is 100% guaranteed. Before we even try any of this other stuff, we need your money. Anyways, what else do they got here? Featuring luxurious touches like caviar tastings and gourmet twists on canned beans. All right, I don't know. Maybe somebody can help here. I'm gonna go take a look at the chat. You guys, you familiar with the canned beans? No canned beans. Okay, anyways. All right, so here we go. Pseudonymous co-founder Robert explained that the concept sprang from a joke. That's actually the only believable thing in this entire article, is that this sprang from a joke that quickly morphed into a scam. A genuine light bulb moment, underscoring the creative potential and daring that have long defined the NFT community. This is such sales speak. It's not even funny. Anyways, as the world watches, this groundbreaking mix of blockchain technology and real estate could redefine the very essence of NFTs, right? It's just going to redefine it. Melding survival, entertainment, and community governance into one daring project. Yeah. I don't buy it. You know what? Let's take a look at some previous NFT projects. So even before we go there, I just want to remind everyone, so, for the people that don't know, Solana made a Solana phone. I haven't heard much about this Solana phone in probably almost a year, but I'm pretty sure it's about as popular as this crowd-funded bunker is going to be. But anyways, for the people who remember the Bored Ape thing, Bored Ape was huge, right? They had T-shirts. People were writing raps about this stuff. Anyways, as you guys can see right here, the Bored Ape restaurant in LA closed. Okay, that was that. Like this whole entire trend just completely died. All right, so let's take a look. Let's just quickly take a look at the game ball thing from Scottie Pippen, just to give you an idea of what happens with the tokenized, the tokenized collectibles, right? Let's see here. All right, so here we go. So this is obviously grifting off of his actual achievements, right? His actual achievements of being a basketball player, right? So it goes through the history 33 years ago. There you go. The ball made history. It was the Game 5 ball. Boom. Meet the ball. All right, good stuff. This is where they hype it up, right? They show you the jersey. I remember these Nikes. I totally remember these, and they were very cool when they came out. And obviously here, it's a bit of a tease, right? Hey, come play the game. Come join us. Come be a part of the community of bag holders. All right, so here we go. The world's first AI basketball. I don't even know what that means. Okay, I don't even really care because that all just sounds like a scam. And of course, right, because there is no real utility besides just marketing a bunch of crap. So here you go. You can get a T-shirt, get a sweater, stuff like this. This is probably the only piece that isn't a grift because you're actually going to get the clothes and you can wear it. So that's probably the most legitimate piece of all of this. And of course, right, in order to help pump the bags, he's going to make a documentary, right? Like, because you need to sell the story, because this is all marketing, guys. It's all marketing. It's all a company. Now, this is the best part, okay? Meet the custodian. That's right. So I want you to keep in mind, you are going to pay, right? You're going to pay to own a piece of this Game 5 ball, right? The same way you're going to pay to own a piece of that doomsday bunker we were just covering. But you're not the custodian. You have nothing to do with it. Okay, Scottie Pippen can go and sell that ball, and all you have left is the NFT. You have zero repercussions. You have no legal repercussions. There is nobody to enforce violence on your behalf in order to make him stop doing that. And it's the same thing with that bunker, right? You will not own that land. You will not own that bunker. You will simply be holding some little digital representation in your shitcoin wallet. That's all there is to it. Yeah. So. Anyways, let's continue through here the project outline. We're almost done taking a look at this. But yeah, so here you go. The roadmap of this whole thing, and it's always the same thing, right? The token creation, all right, verification of real world sports object, right? So you could prove, hey, here's the ball, everything like that. Game development. So of course, there is no real use case behind holding a digital representation of somebody else's basketball. So obviously, they need to create more activities around this. It kind of reminds me of the Step Brothers scene, right? When they built the bunk beds, and he's all excited and jumping around and saying, "Look at all the activities." It's exactly the same shit. All right, now this is my favorite part. Phase 4, the RWA. So for the people who watch this show regularly, you know that I have done episodes on real world assets. If you don't, I will put a link to that in this episode in the show notes. But essentially, real world assets are this particular cycle, along with AI and a few other narratives. It is this cycle's grift. Okay, and real world assets, what that is meant to do is conjure up the idea that somehow the virtual representation that you hold in your wallet has some type of repercussions in the real world, that it actually allows you some degree of ownership of the asset that it represents, which obviously is completely false, because the reality is, as much as we hate it, the state enforces violence, and the state is not backing these real world assets, okay? These are just random companies grifting noobs. Anyways, so here we go. This is the piece. Pass the ball, okay? So check this out. Seamlessly link the physical and digital realms by pegging. The only person getting pegged here is the person buying to the utility token after achieving community milestones, and begin the process of securing the Game 5 ball with custodial services like Brinks. Okay? So I just, again, I can't help it, guys. This is just absolute nonsense. It doesn't to me, it doesn't make any sense at all. The idea that the ball would be secured by Brinks. I mean, look, that's really cool stuff. But that doesn't help you with your NFT, right? Because again, Scottie Pippen can sell that ball. Okay. He is the one who has access to the Brinks vault, not you, right? Not you, not me, none of us. So, anyways, yeah. So guys, look, I don't think that bunker is really going to, is really going to do anything at all. And let's take a look at some of the comments. Sorry, I was going through the story and I didn't really get a chance to go through the comments. Specify the rules for shilling shitcoins in this chat. Nico Clickbait Jones. I have no idea who you are, but we don't shill shitcoins, so I don't know what to tell you. You could try shilling a shitcoin in the chat. Probably won't do very much. What else? Yeah, maybe. Well, the ECB makes a lot of warnings. I have no idea, but I'll tell you this: whether the ECB warned people, whether the ECB warned people to walk around with bug out bags or not, that's still not going to make this quote unquote crowd-funded bunker be worth anything. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Yep, exactly. Hit the nail on the head. It is word salad, right? That allows people to use their imagination. That's exactly it. And it's the same thing over and over again. Okay. Nobody wants to deal with any of this garbage. What they want to do is they want to extract as much money from you as quickly as possible. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's live episode. That's right. Took a look at some shitcoins and debunked some NFT use cases once again. Guys, don't fall for this stuff. Okay, do not fall for this stuff. You're going to regret it. You know what? Maybe I can add one more thing. Okay, let's add one more thing here, just to give a little more perspective. So look, this is Coin Market Cap. Okay, this is Game Ball, right? And for the people who don't recognize, this is around the time, right, in 2024 when Scottie Pippen was pumping it on social media. Okay, so it did this whole thing. Okay, it did this whole thing. Now keep in mind, all the people down here, these are the insiders, right? Like these are all the insiders. Up here, this is where they dump their bags. Okay, so this was the peak of his marketing. For the people who don't remember, he was on stage with Michael Saylor, and he even said that he met Satoshi. That's another piece of this, right? Is to borrow this credibility, and then, right, you can clearly see the decline all the way down. Now, of course, right, we're only in 2025. This thing hasn't really fully run its course of entire failure. And you guys could, give me shit and be like, Phil, it's up 44%. What are you talking about? You're just a hater. Okay, sure, fine. I could be a hater. So here we go. These are the exchanges and what the volume is on this thing. Okay. You guys are seeing that correctly. That's $182. Okay, that's $182 of volume on this piece of crap. Okay, look at and Uniswap, $800. Okay, so you really, it's like you got to take this stuff into perspective and just recognize that it is just absolute nonsense. Anyways, guys, that does it for today. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.